Did you know a man would rather feel alone and unloved rather than inadequate and disrespected? Has he ever gotten really angry or upset and you wonder why? We cry and show emotion when we feel unloved. Men are pretty easy to read. If he's angry, maybe ask him why he's feeling disrespected.
What's the biggest lie ever told to women and girls?
That men are not emotionally intelligent. They're damn well intelligent enough to know that if they share their emotions with women, it's gonna come back to haunt them. See, they have about 2 different options. They can either stay quiet and then listen to the constant griping and moaning and groaning about how he doesn't open up, he doesn't share, or anything else. Or he can gamble and open up and share. And then either be told that he's, no longer the man that she thought he was, or apologize for how his feelings make her feel. Good times. It's not a lack of intelligence. It's self-preservation. There's a distinct difference.
Nothing is more dangerous than a man who healed his wounds on his own. That man has had more conversations with his mind than he's ever had with any human.
Me culture where everything is about me and my emotions first. And it's sad.
That's precisely the problem that marriages are now facing today. You talk to any couple that's been with each other for more than 20 years and they'll tell you the same thing. Marriage is a battle. It's a daily battle that you both, the man and the woman, have to fight for together to fix and to adjust as needed. There's no giving up. It's for better or for worse. My parents are still together to this day, and they have been through it together, but they have fought every day, and it was worth it in the end. I've met so many girls that are just like, oh, if something goes wrong or whatever, it's not my problem. I'm supposed to be happy. It's not my problem. He's got issues. Again, like she was saying, the me culture. People spend hours a day looking at stuff on the internet that just gives people a free pass for their issues. Oh, I'm this way because I'm ADHD. Or I'm that way because of this or that. Let's not shame anything, no. It's totally fine to be 350 pounds. It's totally fine to cheat. There's no accountability anymore. No one cares. And marriages will soon be a thing of the past because of it.
Let's really get into it. See, in 2014, I was dating this guy that I would consider the beta male, but now that I'm 34 and still wishing I had him, I know that he was a great Sigma male. He went to work every day. He did everything for me. He could take my narcissism. He could take my bad behavior. He could take me trying to cheat on him and always getting the fuck caught and didn't walk off and slime my ass out. But one thing about him, let me tell you something about men like that. See, when you in your mid-20s or you her age, because she's in her late 20s because I'm only 34, you get things misconstrued. And when I say things misconstrued, when a woman starts trying to provoke a man that she feels like is not strong enough to be with her, you got mental health issues. Yeah, you got mental health issues. Because let me tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking back on that guy that was really good to me, and I used to say the same thing about him that you saying, but I was in my mid-20s, so I didn't know no better. Sometimes I go to his Instagram, and it's private because he got a smart woman. And I look at him, their 2 children together. She's his fiance. Now they have a home. He's helping her raise her kids. He has a great job. She has a job. And I'm sitting in extended stay, fighting to get my daughter back.
Yeah, just follow me.
Can you pay any attention to me? You never pay attention to me.
This is manipulation if you've had time together, even if that time was not maximized. Meaning, if you've spent the last 3 hours on your phone while he's laying next to you, you don't get to demand his attention now that he's purposely putting his attention on something else. And if it's not that, if you just haven't had enough time together, let him play his game and you go and do something that you enjoy. Then later that night, have a conversation with him about how you want more quality time. And yes, you need to say it because you cannot be mad at him for not wanting the same thing. Because you can't be upset at him for not having the same exact needs as you. Meaning, he may not need more time with you, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't love you or won't give you the world. But you need to communicate.
My husband coming to this house, he runs this.
Oh, snap. She talking real now. A lot of women ain't gonna want to hear this. You might want to pump your brakes now, lady.
And I know that sounds old school and I get called a pick me and all that.
That's not old school at all. But one thing that is old school, Kevin Samuels say, we need to bring shame back. I do understand that generation changes, time changes, but let's not get off topic.
My husband runs me. He has the last say so at the end of the day. He's the king of this house.
Her husband has the last say so. She don't talk back or nothing. Now, how many of y'all women can do that?
Yes, he allows me to do what I need to do. I can move freely. I can, make my own decisions. If I see something, I want to do something, he's going to support it. But the minute that he's like, nah, that ain't going, it ain't going.
See, she can move freely. She can make her own decisions. But at the end of the day, if he don't think it's right, then it's a no-go.
I respect my husband's wisdom. I respect my husband's output and outlook.
The key word is respect. Yes, respect is a two-way street. But as we could see that she respects him and he respects her. But if there's no respect or no order in the house, you would run into a lot of problems.
I need to feel something. Harry, can you tell me something that'll piss me off? Boba Fett's better than Mondo. Yep, that'll do it.
You cannot be sexist to men. You cannot be sexist to men. Even when women stress that they hate their oppressor, they're not being sexist to men because...
Men are horrible. Okay? I mean, I have to just tell it to you like it is, honey, but all men are awful, really. And the key is to just find a man who's the least horrible.
Get some money, gotta get some money, never hold your hand.
I hate all men.
It's really kill all men until you can't open your pickle jar. I fucking opened it, never mind, it's still kill all men.
This healthy dose of hypocrisy is brought to you today by the same group of people that honestly believe holding open a door, pulling out a chair, offering assistance with heavy items, or changing a flat tire are fantastic examples of misogyny. They're strong, independent, and don't rely on anyone, so please make sure you bring more to the table than just a paycheck. But also keep into consideration that they're inherently expensive, so if you're shopping for one, make sure it's well within your income bracket. On another note, these conversations are getting absolutely absurd, to the point of almost having to suspend reality just to partake. And if that doesn't frighten you, it should.
The truth is, men are stepping out because their needs are not being met at home.
You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
You've heard it before, but I'm going to repeat it again.
Thank you, Jesus.
Triple S, sex, sandwich, silence.
That boy is good.
You don't want to fulfill my needs. You don't want to do your part in the marriage, but you don't want me to go anywhere. You just want me to be your roommate?
He wasn't good enough for me.
Majority of the women just want to boast about her having a man or being married.
He ain't lying.
She don't expect to put any work in for a successful relationship. I will admit we all get comfortable at some point.
True, that's pretty true.
But nothing is easy, which means you have to sacrifice a lot of things in a relationship. You have to go through ups and downs in a relationship. It could be one false move in a relationship and then it's over.
This relationship is going good. I don't think that this is going to work.
It's funny because it's true.
We need to know that sex is not a chore for our wife. When was the last time you initiated sex with your man?
Women, you have to learn how to take control of sex sometimes. Let me explain. Here's a start. Just jump on him while y'all chilling. Just pull his pants down without him asking you to do it. And then you get to work.
Crazy.
Let me just say something real quick, man. I gotta say it.
I'm gonna hurt somebody.
The women that don't usually initiate sex, they are not submissive women.
Submissive women.
Message!
So we no longer have any need for you, genetically or physically.
Sweetie, it's the men that hold me back from drop kicking people like you across the floor for some of the foolishness that you say. Y'all women are simply not physically strong enough to hold me back from my unbridled rage at some of the foolishness y'all come up with. Like, babe, I know you mean well. For the women, I really don't think you care about the men. But babe, just know that if they didn't exist, all of the people that put up with what you talk about would vanish. There are some girls that exclusively hang out with boys because they put up with some of the stuff that they say that other girls simply would not. I would rather be locked in the center of the earth with the only thing to keep me company is the screams of the tortured souls in hell than live in an all-female planet. I said what I said. By the way, just to add more insult to injury, it's actually really sexist for you to behave that way towards men.